In October 2022, Elon Musk acquired Twitter, rebranding it as X. This sent ripples through the digital world, raising concerns about the platform's future direction. One of the most alarming trends to emerge has been a significant increase in hate speech. A study published in PLOS One revealed a 50% surge in the weekly rate of hate speech on X following Musk's acquisition. This alarming trend, observed through May 2023, encompassed a range of hateful content, including homophobic, transphobic, and racist slurs. This surge in hate speech is deeply concerning. This rise in hate speech is not just about numbers, it reflects a shift in the platform's environment. The normalization of hate speech can have a corrosive effect on online discourse, creating a hostile and unsafe space for many users. The study's findings suggest that X, under Musk's leadership, has become more tolerant of hateful content. This is particularly troubling given Musk's previous promises to make the platform a more inclusive and respectful space for all. The increase in hate speech on X is a serious issue that demands attention. It is essential to understand the factors contributing to this trend and to explore effective strategies for combating hate speech online. The study's findings serve as a wake-up call, highlighting the urgent need for greater accountability and action from both social media platforms and policymakers. The fight against online hate speech requires a collective effort to ensure that digital spaces are not havens for intolerance and abuse, but rather platforms for healthy and respectful dialogue. Even more concerning than the rise in hate speech itself is the increase in engagement with such content. The PLOS One study found that the average number of likes on hate posts increased by a staggering 70% after Musk's takeover of X. This suggests that not only is hate speech becoming more prevalent, but it is also finding a more receptive audience. This increased engagement with hate speech is deeply troubling for several reasons. Firstly, it suggests that hateful content is being normalized and even celebrated on the platform. The more exposure hate speech receives, the more likely it is to be seen as acceptable and even encouraged. This can create a vicious cycle, emboldening perpetrators and silencing marginalized voices. Secondly, the algorithms that power social media platforms often prioritize content that generates high engagement. This means that posts with more likes, shares, and comments are more likely to be shown to a wider audience. If hate speech is consistently receiving high engagement, it is more likely to be amplified and disseminated further, reaching a larger audience and potentially influencing more users. This alarming trend necessitates a closer examination of the role of social media algorithms in amplifying hate speech. It also underscores the need for social media companies to take responsibility for the content that is shared on their platforms. Addressing the issue of hate speech requires a multifaceted approach that includes both technological solutions and a commitment to fostering a more respectful and inclusive online environment. The findings of the PLOS One study stand in stark contrast to Elon Musk's public statements about the state of hate speech on X. Since his acquisition of the platform, Musk has repeatedly asserted that hate speech has decreased under his leadership. He has touted his commitment to free speech and claimed that his policies have made X a more open and inclusive platform. Musk's claims, however, are directly contradicted by the evidence. The PLOS One study, along with other independent analyses, paints a very different picture of the reality on X. Hate speech has not decreased, it has flourished under Musk's watch. This discrepancy between Musk's words and the reality on the ground raises serious questions about his leadership and his commitment to combating hate speech. It is essential to hold social media platforms accountable for their claims and to ensure that their actions align with their stated values. Transparency is crucial in this regard. Social media companies should be transparent about their content moderation policies and how they are enforcing those policies. Section 4. The Bot Enigma, Amplifying Hate and Disinformation.